Hallo Leute, hier ist wieder Shirashiko und wir sind jetzt bei unserem nächsten Part hier bei Trails in the Sky. Ich würde gern die Hintergrundmusik ein bisschen ändern. Weil ich finde die doch ein bisschen laut. Soll ich sie komplett ausmachen? Oder? Ich wollte euch auch einmal hier das Menü zeigen. Also das hier ist Estelle. Level 3, HP, EP, CP, Range, Stärke, S, Tech Speed. Ja, und SPD ist halt Speed allgemein. Agility ist Speed. Hier ist unser Equipment. Zurzeit hier. Das gleiche gibt es ja auch nochmal für Joshua. Oh. Es gibt auch nochmal einen extra Reiter mit Equipment. Dann gibt es hier das Orbment. Wird nochmal erklärt später. Items. Halt die Karte, Liberal Kingdom Map. Jetzt draufgehen. Hier. Wir befinden uns zurzeit in Rolent. Und halt dieses gesamte Ding ist liberal. Hier. Ja. So, wie komme ich jetzt hier raus? So, Tactics. Charakterposition, Battleposition, also zurzeit spielen wir halt in dieser Formation, bis wir nebeneinander sind. Wir können halt noch nicht viel machen. Ich könnte jetzt wahrscheinlich hier noch ein bisschen finden. Ist halt wie Schach ein bisschen. Weil ich noch nie Schach gespielt habe, richtig. Warte. Wir sollen jetzt nach Rolent gehen. Dann laufen wir mal los. Das Highway. Macht den Rollen. Ja, Rolent. Ach, da. Bright Family House. Ach, da. Schön, dass unser Haus komplett ausgeschüttet ist. Diesen Weg weisen. City of Rolent. Looks like we made good time. Not too early or too late either. Just barely graduate from Sunday school. I never dreamed we have to study so hard to become bracers. Well, you're in luck. Today is our last day of training. Truth be told though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place. So I don't know why you expect to get away with any less effort. Oh yeah, I guess I did. Alright then, let's get to it and make it through this last hazing from Shara. Look ready to me. Let's go meet with Shara at the Bracer Guild over there then. I'm just on my way over to the Forest of Mistward to the south of here for work. I was a merchant from both who came to buy lumber. I need to get enough ready for the order I received. you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Morning, Aina. Good morning. Is Shara here already? She's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to the both of you. Thanks. We'll do our best. Ab nach oben. Star and the hand. Mermaid and the magic hand. Last of all, inversions through the wheel of fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, Shara! Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua. This is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. Since it's my last day of training, I figured, why not? I'm ready to get this show on the road and become a bracer myself. I give you credit for your enthusiasm. But I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that high-spirit attitude of yours holds up. I hope you're ready. I can feel that enthusiasm dropping already. Quiet, you! Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head instead of letting it ripple out your ears like it usually does. Ah, Joshua, Shara's picking on me. Don't worry, Shara. While Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework, acts rashly, is overly naive, and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything, her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an augment with some practice, eventually, probably. I guess there's not much I can do. Now expect hope for the best. Hold on a sec, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Shara, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Oh, this. I was just trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. Couldn't read the cards? Oh, that's surprising to you. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. That's not important now. I think it's time we start your final training. I give you a brief rundown of all the information we've covered in previous training. This is a minimal level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively. And Estelle, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. What would you like to know about? About augments. Augments are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as orbal energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on the structure and the type of quartz or processed septimium and salt. Also, it's only been about 50 years since their invention. These devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, or everyday products to weapons, magic, and even airships. In connection, this technology reform is commonly known as the Orbal Revolution. Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. Bracer Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the bracers in each region. About the Liber Kingdom. The Kingdom of Liberl, in which we live, sits on the western half of the Zemurian continent and bounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Liber is proud to be one of the leading producers of Septimium on the continent and is known for its high level of technology used to develop augments. Augmented technology has also been a key pillar of support for Liber in protecting its independence, as it has contend with neighboring nations. 10 years ago, when Liber was invaded by the Erebonian Empire, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive, but thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liber enjoys peace. Let's see, since we've got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practical portion of your training. Shira, how is today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, that means you will be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I'm going to have both of you run through everything as if it were a real bracer job. So what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at the desk involved. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time you have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I make sure to have you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes, that's seriously just what the doctor ordered. I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at the desk. I guess I got all worried for nothing. Suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle. Let's just hope that smile on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Let's have it! First objection will be to confirm the details of the job you will be performing. But before that, there is something that we need to give the both of you. Aina, are they ready? Yes, they are. Alright, you two. Go get one for each of yourself. These are very important, so make sure not to lose them. Bracer Notebook. Bracer Notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of your current jobs. Also, anything you may hear or anything that you may find and where, these kinds of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down. Understood. Crap, this sounds like it's going to be painful. Oh, please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. I'm sure there were two. Keeping an accurate account of events is an important duty for all bracers. So get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle. Okay, I got it. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over by the door. You can see that there's a bulletin board standing there. First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there. When the bulletin board is approached, Ausrufezeichen mark will appear. Pressing the OK button will display the job list. By selecting the job names on the list, you can view their details. client Scheherazade. Pay 500 Mira, details direct request. This training will involve searching the sewers beneath Rolent and bringing back the contents of a chest. See Scheherazade for these. Details of the job confirmed on the bulletin board and other important events will be automatically recorded in the Bracer notebook. The Bracer notebook can be easily found by clicking on the Books tab of the Items menu. It can also be accessed by configuring a Bracer book shortcut button on the configuration menu. Very good. It looks like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a Bracer performs on their job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for Bracers. Man, all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style. Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I think being a Bracer calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude. I guess you're right. I just have to be more motivated. Is that so? Had a change of heart, have you? You betcha! Well, before all that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task. What will we be doing this time? We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's Orbital Factory and learning about how to use its services. He has graciously taken time out of his work shelter to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. Okay. Here is where you will learn how to use an Orbital Factory services. At an Orbital Factory, you can modify your orbments and synthesize support quads in order to use Orbital arts. Arts have a wide range of effects, and if mastered, can be extremely helpful. Bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has had a long-standing relationship with these Orbital Factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Mellors, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here?
No problem. Leave everything to me. So, what is it that you would like to know about? Orbments are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of quartz. By definition, it means that lights, airship engines, and so on are also types of orbments. However, the ones we will be discussing today are battle orbments, which enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magic. Since each orbment is adjusted to match the owner's personal attitude, the structures of this device also differ for each owner. Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and lines which connect them vary. Anyway, that's the layman's explanation. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be opened at an Orbital Factory, like this. I take a fair amount of steps too. Key which is needed for magic will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. So, what is it that you would like to know about? Simply put, Orbital arts are magic which can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle orbments. In other words, the number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the orbital energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since orbital arts can be a mouthful, they are almost universally referred to as arts, probably to have been called that from the get-go. There are several types of arts,
But in order to be able to use them, the corresponding quartz must first be synthesized at an orbital factory. Orbments are also set up so that once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. The type of arts one can use also changes depending on the elemental value and the combination of installed quartz. Basically, if we want to use water arts, all you have to do is install quartz with a water element value. In reality, orbments are much more complex than what I have described, but I think this information should suffice for now. So, what is what you like to know about? Quartz are circuits made from septs. Quartz have a vast number of effects and raise the owner's abilities while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. However, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until quartz has been installed into a slot. However, there are also fixed slots in which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be installed. This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your orbment and decide where you will be installed it ahead of time. So what it is that you would like to know? Septs are fragments of septimium which are dropped by monsters. They are divided into 7 types: earth, brown, water, blue, fire, red, wind, green, time, black, space, gold, and mirage silver. Septs can be exchanged for mirror almost anywhere in the art. At the orbital factory, it can be used to synthesize quartz and to open orbment slots in which to install the synthesized quartz. So, what is it what you would like to know about? It looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions. If there's nothing else, then let's have you both try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some septs. With that amount, you two should be able to synthesize a few quartz. Now I want you to begin by first making an elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular orbments. In your case, Estelle, any elemental quartz is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be a time elemental quartz. Normally, at a shop, you would be able to exchange septs for mirror, but for this training, you will not be able to use this service. When approaching the counter, a talk mark will appear. Press the OK button will display a list of options. Select Modify or Trade to use the orbital factory services. Alright, it looks like you were able to synthesize one. Next, I want you to increase the arts you can use. Now install the quartz into your orbments so that you can use both recovery and attack arts. Quartz can be installed in the orbment screen. The orbment screen can be utilized by selecting the orbment tab in the main menu. Alright, it looks like you've got both recovery and attack arts set up. If you balance your arts, out between each other like you're done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. Additionally, your Bracer notebooks contain information about which quads allow you to use which arts. If you'd like to use more powerful arts, check out the arts and quads charts in your Bracer notebook and find something that works for you. Alright, our training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open a new slot in your augments. There are more slots you have available to you, broader range of choices you'll have. EP, which is consumed by using arts, can have its max value increased by opening up slots. It would be a good idea to open them all early on. Now, I want you to use the steps and open a slot on each of your augments. Go ahead and decide which slots you're going to open. See, you've managed to open one of your augment slots, Estelle. Since your central slot is not limited to a particular element, you are free to install any type of quartz you like. This concludes your training here at the Orbital Factory. Now it's time to move on to what you've both been waiting for, the qualification test. Pardon? You just said test? And honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you? Didn't remind you just this morning. Now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk along those lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Oh well, no sense in worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area. You mean like now? I don't know if I'm ready for... How about a little less yapping and a little more walking? Joshua, help me! Elders, Freddy, thank you for all your help. Don't mention it, and good luck with the test. He'll be rooting for you. I'm going to remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua! All your training has finally come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you have learned up to this point. Understood. What's wrong, Estelle? Shara? What now? I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something? Just drop you on your head as a child or something? You just read what it said on the bulletin board not that long ago, right? Yeah, and I even made you jot down what you read in your Bracer notebook. Unless you forgot that too. I'm pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. Oh, divine Adius, I give thanks to the sea for the high infinity grace in bestowing upon us such wonderful gifts as our sewers. What you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test. No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital Factory. I can already feel the nostalgia. All these horrible days stuck in a classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed. Really starting to wonder if we'll even be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, that's enough yabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test, so how about the both of you try to at least look a little anxious. Just so you know though, if you do happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you. Hehe, we'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, then how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test? Anyway, as you both saw on the bulletin board, this tale will be a search conducted in Rolent's sewers. The objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which has been placed somewhere within that area. The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so you don't need to worry about getting lost either. However, there are real living, breathing monsters down there, so if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. What's this book for? It's called the Monster Guide, and it's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in there. Pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. You've really got a good head on your shoulders, Joshua. That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Shara. It put it to good use. Alright then, let's get pumped and knock out this test. Let's... Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure we treat it as such. So. Und damit sind wir auch schon wieder am Ende von diesem Part. Ich weiß, es ist nicht viel Spielen, aber dann geht es im nächsten Part weiter mit dem Test. Wir dann auch endlich mal ein bisschen kämpfen werden. Und ich freue mich, euch wiederzusehen. Bis dann und ciao.